Criss Angel would never put a catheter in for one of his tricks. I'll just say that. Blaine got real with it. He's not a real magician. He must think he's some sort of glub glub guppy, huh? David Blaine is so bad at magic that he literally doesn't know how to do his own eyeliner. How about that? Blaine is the one freaking Chris's mind. Lighter for life. You called one of his tricks after the show and he tried to gaslight you and called you stupid. When you were 10, you've had an interaction with the mind freak. You had your mind freaked. Are you okay? So, Criss Angel, he's a mind freak. He freaks your mind. He would dress up. He's like if Dave Navarro and Job Bluth had a child, right? That's kind of what you get when you get Criss Angel, the mind freak. Oh, the theme song. Yeah, Johnny, it is one of the worst butt rock themes in history. And as a matter of fact, you know what? I think it's only appropriate that we listen to it and review. Just remember, this is going to freak your mind. Take care of yourselves. Wait. Hold on. I think we're going to end up breaking down this intro. Holy shit. Wait a minute. The dictionary definition of a mind freak is the first shot. The dictionary definition of a mind freak. A modern day mystifier who utilizes skills beyond the category of magic. The result of something incomprehensible. Criss Angel. Supernatural. Criss Angel. He's the definition of mind freak. Didn't you know? Oh, Ajax, your parents took you to a Copperfield show when you were 7? Only part I remember you had a huge drill go into a lady. Oh my God. That is so traumatic for a child to be seeing. That's unbelievable. As an adult, I'd be like, oh my God, what the fuck? Is this the Webster's or Oxford Dictionary definition? This is actually from the Bible. A biblically it's someone who does magic. Give this a chance. Here we go.
What the?
You don't know who I am?
Who are you supposed to be, Shrek?
Try again.
What the? That's country.
I'm from Dragon Sea Balls.
Dragon Sea Balls? Dragging these nuts across your face.
You can't because they're already on my face.
No way.
How old are you?
18.
You know who I am?
No.
From Dragon Sea Balls. Dickolo.
What the? Bro, what the?
Do me a favor. Tell me anytime to stop.
Stop.
Remember this card.
Okay.
You got it.
Yeah.
Perfect. What's my name?
I don't know.
Dickolo.
What's this? A brand new Dragon Sea Balls
He's so good.
episode? A little green mutant man? Who the hell could it be? It's Dickolo!
Yeah, you guys know Balchinians.
What the?
Yo, what up, Dickolo? Holy shit, it's Stroku. Yeah, it's me, Stroku. Yeah. Did you want to train against me? Yeah, I got a new move for you. Check this out. Yeah, Dickolo, I'm here to show you my Kamehameha. I don't want to see that. Don't show me your cock.
Yo, this guy literally like puts butt pillows in every video.
Think about where'd you go?
Damn, Stroku. That's a strong Kamehameha. Yeah, I know.
Yo, plus the amount of
What's stronger than
tech and
a
prepping that goes into streaming like this.
Special beam cannon. Let's do this. Special beam. Holy shit, Dickolo. Don't use that special beam cannon against me. Damn, Dickolo. You got a big... Is that your card?
No.
What? What the f? Until next time, Dickolo. Shit.
Am I just easily entertained and stupid, or is this the best shit ever?
What card did you select?
You want me to tell you? No. Wait. What?
I'll tell you exactly how I did that trick if you give her a kiss. Oh yeah.
Hey, this guy thought he was funny. This guy thought he had jokes.
Watch live magic reactions tonight on Kick.
What the?
You don't know who I am.
Guys, okay, am I out of my mind? Am I out of my mind for liking that? Like, I don't know. I think I like this Kick streamer. I don't know. This is the best Officer Dickie.
Oh, that's a good outfit. I like you, and you have not said a word.
This would be me. This would be me, this guy.
Do you know who I am?
You are. Oh, dude.
The butt.
That's too good. Your face makes me want to say an actor, and I can't remember his name. And then you showed me that thick-ass body. Honestly, I had actors' names. I got turned on too fast.
Well, thanks. I'm Officer Dickie.
It's too good. It's too good. It's not worthy of OMETV, honestly.
This would be me, this guy.
Sorry about my head.
Why am I not recording this? Oh, if you got a magic trick. God damn.
Do me a favor and just tell me when to stop.
No.
Remember this card.
No.
Yo, he does need to partner with Nutter Butter Ajax.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What's my name?
Whatever you want it to be.
What?
Whatever you want it to be.
I am Officer.
Oh my god, the cops are here. The sirens are going nuts. Where's the pigs? Oh, there's one right there. It's Officer Dickie. You better run.
Son of a...
He looks like the guy from New Girl. I actually haven't seen New Girl.
This is everything I want to be.
It's the Popo. Freeze. Put your hands up and pull your pants down.
Oh. Don't. Oh, don't. It was not. You still got no chance.
Incredible.
Oh. You're everything I want to be as a person.
Yeah.
Do me a favor and give her a kiss.
Son of a... It was so good from start to finish.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. That's enough. Guys, I think, I don't know. I like a Kick streamer now. I don't know. I never thought it would happen. I don't know. I'm scared to go beyond following that guy on his Instagram page, because if I find out anything bad about them, I'm gonna be disappointed. I'll be honest. I don't think I can handle that one. I really want that guy to be like cool. So anyway, speaking of someone who's not cool though, let's check out the Mindfreak, okay? Apparently he's had some thing with David Blaine, some obsession. So I don't even, we're going to find out about it together here, gang. When I was growing up, like, everybody knew David Blaine because his type of magic was just, like, stand in one spot for many, many hours. Like, he'd be like, I'm going to stand on a small platform for 4 days. And you'd be like, oh, shit. And then Criss Angel's kind of like the opposite of that, where, like, David Blaine would be doing this mental stuff that's, like, discipline. And Criss Angel would be doing this stuff that's, like, I'm going to turn this tank into a giant pair of knockers, something like that,
David.
You know what's kind of funny is, like, David Blaine, which, I give him a lot of credit for what he's doing, but is known because of who he dates. I want to be known for what I do.
Right off the bat, shots fired. Okay, great. This is Magic Beef.
Criss even dedicated an entire television segment to mocking Blaine, using a full hair and makeup team to transform himself into his arch nemesis to sell the joke. Years of tension kept building until Criss finally decided to confront David face to face backstage, and Blaine's response was more brutal than anything Criss Angel could have imagined. David Blaine had a vision for magic that nobody else did at the time. Most magicians relied heavily on visual spectacles, big sets, elaborate props, flashy costumes, and exaggerated theatrics designed to overwhelm the audience. David did the opposite. He wore plain clothes, was emotionless in the face, and gave small, focused crowds of people magic on the street for free.
Wait a minute. Do you guys remember? God, tell me this isn't problematic, but... Yo, this shit from back in the day? Who remembers this?
All right, these guys. Hey. Hey, fellas. Hey. Hey.
No, David Blaine, no.
I'm taping a street magic special. You want to see some magic?
No, you made fools out of us last time. No, thank you.
Look, we were just out shopping all day. We just want to go into my apartment and relax. So bye-bye.
Where'd you go shopping?
We went to an outlet store, okay? You wouldn't have heard of it.
It's not trendy yet. Nobody knows about it.
What'd you buy?
I bought a green sweater, if you want to know. Okay,
Ooh,
I bought a green sweater.
Interesting. Are you sure you didn't buy a teddy bear?
Yes, I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
Teddy bear, what the F? How did he get it? Where's my
His
sweater?
face.
David Blaine, he bought a green sweater, okay? So you can't just make that disappear, okay? That's like stealing.
Yo,
It's
tell me
equivalent of
someone
stealing.
remembers
So where
this
is it?
shit.
I spent like $48.
This is
so
like
you're not
the
being clever
original
at this
shit from
point,
high
all right?
school.
You're being mean. You're being stupid. Where is it?
Look at your effing body right now, Peter.
What the F? How did I was holding things.
Oh, Ajax, that does sound like a cool new show.
Thanks.
I want to check that out.
Probably. Thank you.
Please
Stretch it out.
stop
I
it.
don't want to wear it right
Please
now.
stop.
I don't even want to wear it yet.
Hey, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking orange soda. Ooh, big
It's
whoop.
his favorite.
You gonna turn it into a teddy bear? I'm holding it.
Orange soda, huh? Hey, what else is orange?
What else is orange? I don't know. Cheez-Its?
Iconic.
Cheez-Its!
Yeah.
Cheez-Its! Fuck! What? Cheez-Its! 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 Where's my orange soda? What'd you do with it? What'd you do
the
with
face,
it? Where's
the
my orange
face.
soda?
It's orange soda in my mouth.
What the F?
You put it in my mouth.
What the F?
How did you get it in my mouth?
Please stop, you demon! You're a demon!
What the hell?
Please stop, you demon!
All right, you know what, you guys? I want to show you something cool. You want to see it?
No!
If you do it to yourself, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay?
Wait a second.
Fine, just stay away from us.
Leave us alone.
This is literally how I knew David Blaine. Like, this is...
Oh, I've seen this before. You're just putting your foot
Big deal,
in front of the other foot.
My 10-year-old nephew can do this. Big deal.
Just wait. Takes a second.
Criss Angel did it better, you bitch. Criss Angel did it
Ooh.
better.
Ooh.
You're not even levitating, prick.
Evan?
What?
I'm levitating.
What the F?
I feel warm and I'm levitating.
What the F? Put him down,
me
please.
down.
No, there's nothing underneath him. There is
going
nothing
toward-
underneath him. Please put him
Here.
down. Please
He put me
him
on the
down.
roof. He put me down on the roof. Why did he put me up here?
Another great production,
David Blaine,
actually.
put me down.
Stop putting orange soda in our mouth!
He's not even levitating me down.
Let's go. We're leaving.
Wait.
No, we're
Goodbye.
All
No.
right, you guys, just one more trick.
No, I will sue
One
you.
more
I will
trick.
sue you.
There's no need to close it. Just one more trick. Come on. Wait. You guys, last one, I promise. Hey, you guys, you let me do one more trick, I'll give you $100.
Call the police.
You let me do one more trick, I will give you $100.
You'll give me $100?
Yeah.
You can get that scarf.
I know. Okay, fine. Where's the $100?
All right, can we all go inside, please?
Inside, you're coming in.
You better give me
apartment?
$100.
Hey, welcome to Evans.
For my apartment, big whoop.
What are these?
These are my videos.
Interesting. Why don't you do me a favor and find the tape that says Evan's Baby Video, April 1984.
One of my home movies. I never watched
Check the
it.
VCR.
It's in the VCR.
I don't feel
Press
comfortable
play.
about this.
No, it's one of my home videos.
I don't feel comfortable about
It's me as the baby.
Hi, Daddy.
It's me as the baby. What?
That's his mom. I know her.
Evan looks just like his
It's
mom.
me as the baby. Big whoop.
She still looks good. She look.
Someone's at the door. Evan. Hi, may I help you?
Hey, here's $100. I owe it to your son.
What the?
Yo, the face. Every time.
It's the same.
You're a time traveling demon.
right.
Back to the future in your ass. Get out. Get out, you demon. I will call the police. I'm not signing any release. If I see you again, I'm calling the police. You ass.
Wow. That was pretty impressive.
Wait.
Evan? He just pissed orange soda.
Yo.
Does it hurt?
The best. Best. That's classic internet right there. My soul feels so good after watching that. That was just childhood right there. And Shoes. Everyone knows Shoes. Come on. So now that you've seen David Blaine in that, like, now we can recontextualize just like
anything Criss Angel could have imagined. David Blaine had a vision for magic that nobody else did at the time. Most magicians relied heavily on visual spectacles, big sets, elaborate props.
Honestly, that old YouTube is like a fine wine, Ajax, right? Like that one, I was actually a little worried as I pulled it up. I was like, I wonder if it aged well. Like that one.
Flashy costumes and exaggerated theatrics designed to overwhelm the audience. David did the opposite.
There it is. Come on, he got the face pretty good. He
wore plain clothes, was emotionless in the face, and gave small, focused crowds of people magic on the street for free. Stephen Chow, a former Fox executive who was chosen to produce Mr. Blaine's special, put it this way: "He's the only magician I've seen who wasn't a geek." Blaine's approach made every trick
Hey. All right, that might be true. I was going to say, I'm trying to think. I mean, they're pretty geeky. Feel
personal and more real. It wasn't happening on a stage far away. It was happening right in front of your face. He famously said in 1997...
Was that trick him taking someone's tooth out and then spitting it back in their face?
On a stage far away, it was happening right in front of your face. He famously said in 1997, "The reason for magic is to enlighten people or make them happy, or let them forget their problems for 2 minutes." David's style and his mindset were authentically humble, and it made him stand out. He walked around New York City filming himself performing tricks for regular people and tried to pitch it to television networks. ABC executives decided to take a chance on him, and it paid off. David Blaine's street magic was packed with tricks and illusions, like when Blaine twisted his hand around several times in front of a licensed doctor outside a local hospial.
What? This way, facing towards you. The other way. Turn to the left. Yeah, more to the left. Twist it so it's straight. All right, now move your foot back a little bit so you can see this. Yeah. Twist your hand inwards a little bit. Like this. Go ahead. Inwards, a little bit, slowly. A little bit more. Right. Here's where it starts to get painful. With your left hand, can you grab my right hand? My fingers?
With my left hand?
Yeah, grab my fingers and twist them a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep going.
What?
Keep going. Ow. Keep going. A little bit more.
Right?
Yeah, keep going. Ow. No.
Yo, it's the way.
No, keep going. Keep pushing. Keep going.
The way he's acting through it.
I want to keep going. Keep going. No, keep going. Yeah, keep going.
That's smarts.
You hear that crack?
The show became a resounding success, not just because of the tricks, but rather the stunned responses from
Ajax
audience.
Blaine is an actual magician, right? Like Criss Angel's like, I don't know. He's like a Vegas dude.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, it's as soon as you connect it, that's when it happens. See, where's the card? See what I'm saying? They switch it from hand to hand. That's what it is. Here, look, check it out. Watch like this. Ready? Look, watch. Watch this. Ready? Just watch this move. Look. No, look. Watch. Look. Here's the switch, right? It's right here, right? All right. See that? That's the move, right? Yo, I'm gonna give you something. Hold this. I got something for you, man. I got a little treat, like a present for you.
The way he talks is so good.
However, a lot of practicing magicians were not too fond of David. In a moment of bitter jealousy, Jamie Ian Swiss, a magician and columnist for the Genie Magic magazine, said his only skill is removing money from a wallet and handing it to a person behind the counter.
Ooh, yo, this beef was severe back in the day. What? I didn't know it was straight up like this. I'm wondering if Arrested Development like took any of this shit and ran and like was inspired by some of the Job stuff with it, because they kind of had a thing. Criss Angel floating around the Luxor pyramid is pretty funny. Can barely see him, yet you could still tell he's on wires like Peter Pan. Yeah, I mean, right? Like, yeah, Criss Angel does that. Like, I'm gonna fly around a whole building, and it's like, yeah, I harnessed up, whatever. Like, no one cares.
David refused to respond to the hate because ultimately he was successfully completing his mission of making magic accessible to as many people as possible, and in doing so, he actually made it cool to a mainstream audience. Now, there was another magician called Criss Angel who had
Oh, yeah, Kermit. The magician beef is deep. I'm wondering, yeah, Job definitely acted like this, right? The magician beef is very deep. I'm wondering if magicians never fucked around. They hated each other. It's such a niche thing that many performers rival for business. Yeah, Ginger. Okay, yeah. Because I watch. Do you guys remember like in the early 2000s or something? I feel like there was like a masked. What was it called? Like the Masked Magician or something like that. Like someone would expose the tricks on the air or something like that, and like I can't remember, but yeah, I do vaguely remember magician beef kind of being a real thing. Oh, come on, why don't you just take a whiz through this $5,000 suit? Yeah, I said come on wrong way. Come on! Ajax. I love Arrested Development. So good.
Actually been trying to make magic look cool for years, but the harder he tried, the more it started to work against him. But before we dive deeper, football is back, and there's never been a better time to check out the sponsor of today's video, DraftKings. DraftKings is your one-stop shop for all your sports
Masked
betting
Magician.
needs.
Yes. Okay, so everyone does remember that, right?
Don't worry, you can still join in.
Because like I remember
fantasy sports and have the shop.
I just remember there were so many magic specials, like kind of weird stuff like that. Like I wonder if there is like a magic kind of like alliance. I think that's what it's called in Arrested Development. Literally, the Magician's Alliance.
$5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets.
Yeah, TV used to be wild back in the day, guys. Like it used to be a lot of this magic stuff for some reason. I remember when I was a kid, my grandfather like flicking through channels on Christmas Eve. There would be like eggnog wrestling, like wild shit. So weird. Yeah, Cornella, eggnog wrestling straight up. I just remember that. I remember this one very specific Christmas Eve, just like the most random shit he was flipping through. And I remember like as a kid, I was like, I don't know, maybe 8 or something. I was like, TV's crazy. It's a crazy place.
Been doing magic longer than David Blaine, but was
look at this face
less popular. A lot like Blaine, Criss spent most of his early magic career performing for small audiences, but he genuinely felt like a career magician by the age of 14, performing at small birthday parties and entertaining guests at a Long Island restaurant. But his initial motivation to do magic tricks for others wasn't exactly.
Oh my God! Oh, Tony, that was you commenting classic tube in the pocket maneuver. I thought it was like somebody randomly saying that, so I was gonna just so everybody knows. Whenever me and my wife watch these magic shows where they're like trying to talk about what happened, we always make the joke that it's just a tube in the pocket.
As humble as David's, I felt this incredible sense of power that an adult didn't understand how it worked, but I did. In 1987, he launched a public access magic show called Hot Kicks. 20-year-old Criss looked and dressed like a Guns N' Roses tour groupie. In 1994, Angel made his
I like how this guy described that, a Guns N' Roses tour groupie. I was gonna say he looked like he dresses like a hair metal band person. He looks like he's a groupie.
Looked and dressed like a Guns N' Roses tour groupie. In 1994, Angel made his prime.
Oh my God! Wait a minute, Ajax. My grandma once watched Channel 5 Adult Swim Steve Brule once. She was trying to describe it to me the next day, and I realized it was Steve Brule for your health. She was like, I learned how to make a horse panini the other day, and the man got hair in his mouth. Ginger, you said Criss Angel dresses like he dumpster dives behind Hot Topic. That's an incredible way to describe him, and it does look like that.
Time television debut in the ABC one-hour special, Secrets. Through the mid to late 90s, Criss appeared on various television specials and talk shows, using these spots to showcase his edgy, rock-influenced take on magic. He leaned heavily into the dark magician image. Gothic leather clothing and heavy metal soundtracks complemented the grungy aesthetic of the 90s.
I thought magicians were very cheesy, quite honestly.
Oh yeah, dude. Criss Angel, magicians are cheesy. You got no, fella, you got no cheese going on here, okay? This is my cheese-mo right here, all right? Accept the cheese. Just accept the cheese. I'd cheese. Come on. Well, this is just cheese. Cheese it up. Ajax, she was saying that Steve Brule was the weirdest news she'd ever seen. That's so incredible, man. I would give money for my grandparents to have stumbled upon an Adult Swim program like Xavier Renegade Angel and just absolutely not know how to deal with it.
I was much more about the generation of MTV, you know, Zeppelin and, you know, some of the 80s bands and, you know.
Don't forget, Criss Angel, the boys in Zeppelin were banging teenagers. Don't forget.
Oh, music and that culture and that vibe and that energy that you got from it, and magicians weren't doing that.
Now, there was no structured career path to being a successful magician. Unlike musicians or actors, magicians didn't have a thriving mainstream pipeline. There were no Netflix specials, no social media clips to go viral overnight, and TV networks only greenlit magic shows sparingly. If you weren't already a big-name magician, such as Copperfield or Penn and Teller, you had to get extremely creative to market yourself and make money. And for someone like Criss, who basically wanted to be the first rock star magician, the market was even narrower. Despite the odds being stacked against him, Criss had an incredible drive. He was,
oh my god, just
well into his 30s, still fully dedicated to making this dream into a career. Meanwhile, David Blaine,
like, I like how this guy looks like the engineer of the magic tricks. Like, he figures it out, and then Criss Angel just puts the abs on it.
He's still fully dedicated to making this dream into a career. Meanwhile, David Blaine rapidly passed him in popularity. Blaine's ABC show made him a household name, and he quickly shifted from simple card tricks to unbelievable endurance stunts that blurred the line between illusion and human survival. Unlike a magic trick where you know there's some...
Oh yeah, Ginger, Xavier is real. I love Xavier Renegade Angel. Such a good show. And I actually have it on, I don't know if it's around here. I have my classic iPod video has a bunch of Xavier Renegade Angel, and Tim and Eric loaded on it because that's what I would watch just back in the day, just rot the old brain.
Secret method behind the illusion, Blaine's endurance feats felt brutally real. Although certain precautions are set to ensure that he doesn't die, there's no obvious trick to things like being buried alive, which is a stunt Blaine dedicated to his idol, Harry Houdini, who was buried 6 feet underground without a casket almost a century earlier. In 1999, David spent 7 days sealed inside of a glass coffin under a water tank in New York City. His friend Bill Kalush initially suggested that he fake the stunt, but Blaine refused because he thought it would actually be easy.
So we got a coffin from Queens where actually Houdini was buried. I bought a coffin, we brought it back to his house, and then I would just practice sleeping in the coffin. Then suddenly, but then suddenly I realized you don't eat food, and then if you have a little thing to go to the bathroom, I did 4 days like nothing, so I'm like, okay, I can do a week.
Blaine did not eat for 2 weeks before the stunt, but continued drinking water prior to and during the stunt. He was sealed in a see-through coffin beneath 6 tons of water. Oxygen was transferred in and out of the holes above his head. A catheter was inserted into Blaine's bladder to safely drain any urine. And
Hey. What? This magic trick is wild. It's not. That's what I remember from David Blaine. I remember, like, not even really thinking he was a magician because I was like, David Blaine, I wouldn't consider this a magic trick. Like, you just under the water in there, you're standing on thing, right? But it's like endurance tests or something like that. So I guess, I don't know. I guess these like insane human feats are like kind of part of magic culture or something like that. I don't know.
and spectators could come and go whenever they wanted. He said people would shine flashlights on him at 2 a.m. to make sure he was really in there. This was no trick. This was the real deal. But
yeah,
he took
Ajax.
it even further.
He's like a
the
monk.
following year, he executed his frozen in time stunt. David Blaine was fully encased in ice in the middle of Times Square while lightly dressed in a long sleeve shirt, pants, and a beanie. He had a tube that supplied air, water, transparent and elevated so people could see that he was inside the entire time. He couldn't sleep or move because touching the ice for too long would cause frostbite. He just had to stand there, freezing, alone with his thoughts. Around hour 55, his eyes went out and he began hallucinating. He was talking to imaginary people, felt like spiders were crawling all over him, and said that minutes took hours to pass by. On the brink of death, medics were forced to remove him from the ice after 63 hours. This time, the critics were silenced. There was no way to fake this. Whether you saw it on TV or in real life, you knew this guy was on a different level.
Whoa.
What's interesting is that almost immediately after Frozen in Time, Criss Angel performed a somewhat similar stunt. He spent 24 hours submerged in a tank of water, also in the middle of Times Square. Now at the time...
But see, it's just like, I don't know, man. You got your website on there. I get it. You got to do your promo or whatever, but it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel Blaine's got the art. Like, obviously the man appreciates the art of the magic trick, right? You know, and I can respect that as anybody who does like something like, you know, it's creative. I think there is an art to this magic thing. And I think the way people frame it too is definitely a big part of what the art of it is now. And yeah, I just never thought Criss Angel was very clever with the way he frames things or what he actually ends up doing. But Blaine, yeah, I mean, like, just being in ice for like 63 hours, whatever it is. Like, yeah, he had, on that interview, he came out, he was like, habadaba. Definitely, like, messes up the brain there. Pretty sure Blaine said he was inspired by Houdini's escapist. Yeah, and endurance stunts. Yeah, they did actually. I think they mentioned it. Him being buried alive was inspired by Houdini being buried alive. So yeah, I think that you're right. It is kind of, it all plays together there.
Time, Criss wasn't known for endurance feats. He was actually still promoting his theater show, Criss Angel Mindfreak, off-Broadway, and reviews were not so great. Though in interviews, Angel has poo-pooed the cheesy nature of standard magic shows, his disappearances, quick changes, and levitations are really standard Blackstone Copperfield stuff. A bit of a letdown considering the impressive costumes and postmodern flashiness.
Yeah, ooh, you know he didn't want to hear that. Because that's what it kind of feels like. Yeah, right? He poo-poos the cheesiness. It's like, you just have your own brand of cheese. Like, you're not so different. You're not so different.
Criss's career was headed in the wrong direction, so is it fair to assume that he may have taken inspiration from the guy who was getting worldwide praise in the same field?
Criss, what's this look here? What's this look? What's the hairstyle?
2002, Criss put himself in handcuffs and shackles, then submerged himself underwater in a cramped chamber. The entire time he breathed through an air hose and occasionally interacted with spectators through the glass. And of course, in the video edit, they had to include someone saying that David was inferior to Criss Angel.
I think he's better than David Blaine in my opinion.
However, even though Criss's challenge was physically demanding, it lacked the life or death edge that Blaine's challenges carried. In his post-stunt interview, he seems entirely fine and full of excitement and energy. Then, in a moment, he is seemingly lifeless, being hauled into an ambulance.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, everybody, very much. New York is the greatest place in the world! New York City rocks!
Even if someone thought Criss and David might be neck and neck when it comes to who can push the limits of the human body further, David would quickly prove that there was no competition. In the middle of Manhattan...
Oh, okay. This one I remember big time. Like, I don't know why I remember this one so much, but it's him just standing there. But yeah, I don't know. Criss Angel, 24 hours in the water. Sounds bad. Just sounds uncomfortable. I mean... Yeah, to edit the better than any David Blaine is so funny. Yeah, the dreads are crazy. The dreads are crazy stuff.
Blaine stood atop a 2-foot wide pillar nearly 10 stories stories tall for 2 days and 2 nights. No food, no water, no sleep, and nothing to sit or lean on. There was also no safety net or precautions set in place in case he fell. Most people could not stand for 35 hours straight, let alone being 100 feet in the air, constantly battling the wind. In his 2003 stunt, Above the Below, he'd be confined in a 3 foot by 7 foot by 7 foot transparent plexiglass block suspended 30 feet in the air in London. His goal was to stay in this box for over a month with no food, access to bathrooms, just enough resources to survive, and he lasted 44 days.
This has been one of the most important experiences in my life.
Crazy. I can't even imagine how mentally fucked up you'd be after just sitting in a box by yourself for 44 days. Just...
One more in that little box that I had for years.
With each new stunt, David Blaine proved he was not tricking people, but testing the body and spirit in front of millions. He wasn't...
Yeah, it's like he's kind of just doing it for himself. Like, this is like, he's kind of like one of those dudes who just free solos, climbs up rocks.
Just a magician, he was an artist, receiving worldwide recognition and praise. Interviews on mainstream talk shows, fans across the globe, and superstar girlfriends like Kill Bill actress Daryl Hannah. Blaine made magic interesting and respected on a mainstream level, proving to networks that audiences were entertained by it. So when A&E took a chance on with David's level of dedication, Blaine treated his stunts like scientific experiments, spending months or years training with world-class doctors, freediving experts, and neurosurgeons to understand the limits of the human body. Every second of his preparation was real, and the risks could have cost him his life. Criss, on the other hand, was producing dozens of Mindfreak episodes per year. And
wait, you saw David Blaine on Hot Ones? There's a David Blaine Hot Ones?
The further you look
tricks?
into the formula behind it, the more you realize it is the furthest thing from magic. Criss Angel blew the minds of anyone under the age of 12 with the release of his show, Mindfreak. He accomplished incredible stunts like walking on water in a hotel pool.
Oh my god. Yo, this shit.
With people.
I
There's
remember
absolutely
this.
no way that there could be
this.
some sort of plexiglass bridge to help him with this stunt, or when he levitated from one building to another, and he did it in front of people. Or my personal favorite, when he told this little girl that he would transform into a 10-year-old boy by sliding down this slide at a playground.
Maybe I could be 10 years old again.
Mindfreak. No way.
Criss Angel also consistently claimed that he could walk through solid objects, such as doors or closed windows.
I've proven that a solid can pass through a solid. I've demonstrated it literally when I passed through a storefront window. Now watch. Hit it. As I passed through a taxi cab. Go!
He would tell you to look, but...
Wait, he did it? He did an actual trick on Hot Ones? I want to see that. Guys, the Criss Angel stuff is just so cheesy, man. He's talking about cheese. I can't watch his stuff without feeling like it's so cheesy.
Then cover up what you are supposed to look at in the name of magic. Him walking through a metal fence was one of the most egregious examples. And of course, a magician is never supposed to reveal his secrets. But the problem is, magicians have an unspoken agreement with their audience. We know it's an illusion, but we also know it's possible with skill, misdirection, or ingenuity. Mindfreak didn't feature illusions you could admire or potentially recreate. It was nothing more than a product of crappy reality TV. The key components that made Mindfreak work had nothing to do with Criss Angel actually defying physics. Firstly, the show relied heavily on stooges, which is the term for paid actors pretending to be random bystanders who would gasp and scream right on cue.
Relax.
So fake.
Camera effects did the rest. Strategic cuts, tricky angles, and edits that concealed wires, trapdoors, or entire set pieces. And sometimes these can be really interesting, like when he laid on this bed of nails and had an 8,000-pound truck rest on top of him. You know it's not real, but it does genuinely have you wondering how they did that. But they often got lazy. One of his favorite tricks was just putting a tarp over something and then making it disappear. It's such a wildly unimpressive stunt that is so easy to edit. It just leaves you to believe that the show was made for children. Like
No
in this
way.
clip where he
That's
puts a
so
bike
funny.
underneath a tarp and you can see the bottom of the wheel. Then in the next frame, the shape looks entirely different and he magically makes the bike disappear.
Oh my god, incredible.
Man, there's got to be something here. You look at my back for that right now in front of my face.
I swear.
Yeah, okay. So that's the thing with Criss Angel too. His tricks are always like too impossible to be real. So it's like, you know, he'd be like, I'm gonna make this bike and your child disappear. Boom. And then like, you know, it's just craziness. The Jersey Shore aesthetic, yes, he absolutely has that. You already hate him on sight, so you just trust him 100%. 100%. Who's gonna buy his shit?
Half of this show was just him covering things up with a tarp and making it disappear and then levitating to his next stunt. And then there were the Mindfreak consultants, which were basically just actors that were hired to provide testimonials that everything he was doing was real and high stakes.
There's real danger involved with this, and I try to talk him out of doing this. Criss Angel is certainly one to help people escape from the everyday mundane with the stunts that he performs.
Yo, and his dick is so big, it's crazy.
Before, and he's not been burned. Maybe a little bit, but not enough to hurt and kill him. This time, he's putting himself in a situation. Why? Because it's not enough. It's that amping things up.
As the seasons went on, the episodes got more insane, unbelievable, and
Yeah, it's so funny because like, yeah, Ajax. Okay, nobody move while this bike is carried off by my assistant, right? Todd, yeah, nobody believes the magician stuff. Like, nobody believes the Criss Angel stuff, especially because his stuff is just so egregiously like fake. It's unreal. With a lot of magicians, you'd be like, oh, there's at least skill involved to the whatever trick they're doing, right? Like it's not like you're like, oh, that's literal magic, but you'll be like, oh, there's at least some skill involved with what you did there. Criss Angel, it's like nothing.
uncreative.
It's TV.
Like, look at this clip where he acts like a forklift went through his stomach.
Amazing.
Or
Amazing.
when he cut a woman in half.
Pull right now. Let's pull.
He seemed to be obsessed with the idea that he could defy or cheat death. And so was David Blaine. But the difference was, David was actually doing it. Criss was just making it look like he was doing it. Now, was it wildly
Criss Angel would never put a catheter in for one of his tricks. I'll just say that. Blaine got real with it.
Hinged and entertaining TV? Yes. When Mindfreak aired in the summer of 2005, it drew in over 1 million viewers on average before peaking at 3 million during the third season's premiere. However, the biggest problem with the show is that Criss insisted so hard on presenting everything as authentic and real. Because when you hear him taunt and challenge David Blaine, it starts to make you think his ego got to his head. The beef started when Blaine attempted to break the world record for holding his breath underwater. The record at the time was just shy of 9 minutes. He could already do a few minutes easily, but his theory was that if he could spend 7 days submerged in a tank of water, his body would adapt to the conditions, and then he would remove the oxygen and escape from the tank slightly over 9 minutes to break the world record. After 7 days submerged in a tank at Lincoln Center, Blaine removed his breathing apparatus and attempted his escape. However, the movement of his body caused him to waste additional oxygen. He blacked out at 7 minutes 8 seconds and had to be saved, making the stunt a failure.
That's
Criss Angel
crazy.
took this moment to claim that David was copying his 24 hours underwater stunt.
Dude, no way.
From 2002.
Well, I think he just did something that wasn't so successful.
Yo, in that clip, David Blaine's lips were like blue. He was like dead.
What, the orb thing?
In water. It was like, dude.
It's like, what? He's in a big, like, goldfish bowl for what? It was 2 days, 3 days?
It was a...
What, this guy must think he's a goldfish. What's this fucking guy doing? He's not a real magician. He must think he's some sort of glub guppy, huh? You know what I mean? He's not doing real magic. Who would do it in a bowl? I did it in a box. You see what I did it in? Boom. Upright. Square. Four corners. What's this guy, a guppy?
The thing is, I did it already, and it's just weird why
And you
he
did
would
it
have
more spectacular.
Whatever. You know, he's a good guy. I wish him the best.
You could tell he had been waiting.
That was just a magician's bless your heart right there. He's a good guy. Wish him the best. Well, bless his heart.
Waiting for a reason to call him out.
You know what he's going through, and I just, for the life of me, I don't understand why he is doing something that's been done before. I don't know if he's
Criss Angel. I love Criss Angel mind freak. Criss Angel butt freak. Criss Angel oxygen tube. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he doesn't even wear hot top. Yo, I bet you David Blaine doesn't even know any Skinny Puppy songs. All right? David Blaine is so bad at magic that he literally doesn't know how to do his own eyeliner. How about that?
He's running out of stuff.
Now, the two stunts were very different. Criss did 24 hours underwater just to make a grand escape, whereas Blaine did 7 days. Plus, he was trying to break the record for holding one's breath. And Chris's 24-hour stunt came after Blaine's stunt, where he was encased in ice for over 2 days. It is wild for Criss to compare the one time he did an endurance feat to any of David's, but he didn't stop there.
You know,
yeah, Blaine. Yeah, Ajax says Blaine basically never mentioned Angel, and that must have been so infuriating to the mind freak. Yeah, the greatest irony in life was that Blaine is the one freaking Chris's mind. That's hard. When you want to be the mind freak, but you yourself are getting your mind freaked. Also, like, just Criss Angel's look is, I'm sorry. Like, even his low-key look, like this, like the hat and the hair, like, I'm like, that's what I looked like in high school. What are you doing?
You know, just to cut to the chase, I respect David. You know, he is a creation of television and did a fantastic job doing what he did.
He is a creation of television. Yo, this is the saltiest magician I've ever seen in my life, man. Not that I even know much about this magic drama, but, like, I'm sorry. Like, Criss Angel saying that anybody is a product of television more than himself is just wild.
He does. I'm willing, and I've said this before, I think his biggest fear is me.
I really want to let this just go. I want this to let this play. But his biggest fear is me. I think, you know, Blaine, one thing he fears is if he ever found out how good of a kisser I am, and he would never, you know, he would never be able to have another kiss again in his life because he would know that I'm the ultimate kisser. And I think he's afraid of that. I think he fears me. Predatory wannabe emo musician. Not that I don't think Patrick Stump is predatory at all or anything like that. That's not the thing I was making there. All right?
Because I'm the real deal.
Oh, it looks like an Ian Watkins ad. Oh!
The guy who pretends he can fly and cut people in half for a living, who hires actors to react to it, and uses heavy special effects to create the illusion, calling himself the real deal, is bold. He also claimed that David talked badly about him in the press, and I looked extremely hard to find proof of that, but I could not.
I'm willing to put everything on the line because, you know, the truth of the matter is he talked a big game in the public about me. It was on the radio, and, you know, but when it came down to it, we tried to contact him to set it up. He wanted no part of it. So
what were you going to do? What did you have planned? Magic shootout or something? Were you going to, like, see who could, how do you even have what's the wizard fight look like here? I don't get it.
I'm just the type of person that, you know, what I do is what I say is what I do, and I just expect people to, you know, be the same, and unfortunately he wasn't. But anytime, you know, I'll quit my career if I lose. I'm totally serious. I mean,
anything he'll do, you'll do.
Anything he wants to do, anytime, any place.
Criss was hellbent on having some sort of trick-for-trick magic duel like they were boxers in a ring. He insisted on
trick-for-trick magic duel. I would love that. Yeah. Ajax, magic horse. That's what it is.
Turning magic into a competition, and no true magic fan is sitting at home saying, my favorite magician could beat your
emo
favorite
foreheads
magician.
are evil.
It's not like
Cornelius
sports
says
where
they
you
are.
keep score and crown a champion. It's about creating wonder, mystery, and letting an audience suspend their disbelief for a moment. Plus, I found no evidence of this magic duel that he claims David was running from. He even had the audacity to claim that David Blaine, who was much more famous than Criss Angel, was only popular because he was dating superstar models and actors. actresses.
You know what's kind of funny is like, you know, David Blaine, which...
That's crazy because I literally don't know anybody David Blaine has ever dated before.
You know, I give him a lot of credit for what he's doing, but is known because of who he dates. I want to be known for what I do.
Oh.
What makes this criticism even worse is that Criss Angel was the one dating way more high-profile women. Britney Spears, Cameron Diaz.
Wait. Criss Angel dated Britney Spears? Cameron Diaz?
Lindsay Lohan.
What? What even is the age gap? What even is the age gap between Lindsay Lohan and Criss Angel? Is there one? Maybe there's not really one. What age is Criss Angel? Wait a minute. Criss Angel age. Criss Angel is 57 years old. 39. 27-year age gap. 28-year age gap. Yeah, Chris?
Paris Hilton, just to name a few.
Oh, that picture.
It was starting to look more and
nasty.
more like Chris was just jealous. David had performed for sitting presidents in the White House, like when he had a funny interaction with George Bush, shaking his arms and managing to steal his watch with some sleight of hand.
Say a number from 1. Well, think of a number from 1 to 20.
Yeah, got it.
Yo, they will not let you shake the president's hands like this anymore. Holy shit, man. And David Blaine stole a watch from a president? All right, that's pretty cool. That's kind of a cool thing, stealing a president's watch.
17? Here, I got a present for you.
Was it 17?
Right,
it was 17?
Yeah. But I have a present for Mr. President. It's
Oh, God. I took my watch off.
Meanwhile, Criss Angel...
You should have brought that watch home. That man's a murderer.
Brought in a Barack Obama impersonator and acted like it was really him. David never...
Oh my God, wait, listen to that again. Criss Angel brought in a Barack Obama impersonator?
Took my watch off.
Pathetic.
Meanwhile, Criss Angel brought in a Barack Obama impersonator and acted like it was really him. David...
Unbelievable. Kermit, yeah, all old, all gross. Yeah, the dude is 20 years older than everyone he dated there. Yeah, I'm 100% with you. That's why I was like looking for the age gap. I'm like, there's just, first of all, yeah, I don't fuck with that shit. Night Bubble, thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate it.
David never responded to any of Chris's criticism, but Criss was on a warpath. He was determined to send a message to Blaine, something that he would have to respond to. So he dedicated an entire segment on his show Mindfreak to making fun of David Blaine. In the episode, Criss did a full...
Oh my God, how petty can you get?
Full hair and makeup transformation to make him look exactly like David. Then he mimicked his stoic voice and demeanor.
Hey, what type of psychosexual shit is this? What? He said, yo, I'm gonna make fun of David Blaine by getting inside of his skin. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, Kermit, no, I know you didn't defend Criss. Oh yeah, 100%. I'm saying I agree with you. It's all creepy that he had all these age gaps. Like that, like all of them are like 20-year differences. Yeah, so gross. No, we stand with Brittany there. No, 100%. Anybody who dated Criss Angel, it's not their fault. Criss Angel is a fucking freak. Mind freak and body freak. Mind, body, soul freak. Yeah, okay, so Ajax says Criss gets so obsessed with Blaine, it's probably why Blaine stopped talking about him. Yeah, if somebody got hair and makeup on their show to dress up like me, I would be like, no, yeah, we're done with this. I ain't even playing with this shit anymore. This is not good.
In a way that made him seem boring and dry.
I don't know if I can get off. It's kind of hard. Watch.
Yo, this is...
Criss seemed really bent out of shape that people still talked about David Blaine's levitation illusion from over 10 years ago at that point.
Oh my God, Todd, that's hilarious. Yo, Todd just said the funny part about this whole thing is that Angel is older than Blaine and may have been doing this for slightly longer than him. Dude, the fact that Criss Angel is older than David Blaine and is so desperate to look young and like all that's so funny too. He probably hates him because he's younger than him too. Criss Angel's trying to take a jab at him, being like, I don't know, I'm just the tiny penis David Blaine. I don't know if I can do anything magical.
Criss is clearly upset that the only time people talk about his levitations, they mention how obviously fake they are. Are we really supposed to believe this man floated Shaquille O'Neal over a house? Like, what are we talking about here?
Wait. Hold on, we gotta watch that. What? Amazing. And they set it to the music and everything. Oh my God. Unbelievable. He's floating. Oh my gosh, they did it. Hey, they floated Shaq. What? Flavor Flav? Flavor Flav is on my screen right now? What the fuck just happened? Yo, what the fuck is going on here, gang? Look at him just floating. The music with it. Yo, Flavor Flav! Yo, this is it. Guys, look at that. Guys, oh my God, this is amazing. This is my favorite thing I've ever seen, I think. Oh my gosh. Yo, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh my gosh. Absolutely dead.
This man floated Shaquille O'Neal over a house. Like, what are we talking about here? Throughout the sketch, Criss set up multiple failed tricks to make it seem like David was terrible at the craft.
A card. Don't tell me what it is. Queen of Hearts. 7 of Hearts. I want you to think of that number and concentrate on it.
Okay.
The number you're thinking of is 32.
No.
Criss Angel ended this bit by mocking David even further and claiming that his career was in shambles.
7101.
7101. That was the number I was thinking of. It's weird. I think I have to get up for free now because I was thinking in my mind 7101.
Why can't I get it?
I'm David Blaine.
I'm sure at this point you realize this was no rival.
Dude, okay. That's not even, yeah, okay, thank Ajax. I prefer the old YouTube Blaine impersonation. We literally started this whole sequence with the best David Blaine impersonation. Like, Criss Angel can't even do a good, like, funny David Blaine. There's a way to do it. And look at this fucking tacky-ass goddamn jewelry he's got. He's talking about cheesy. Fucking get your diamond-encrusted handcuffs. Oh, God, you're so dumb.
Rivalry. It was a one-sided obsession. Criss Angel was so fixated on David Blaine, and David just didn't care. Within the past 15 years since this episode released, David never once mentioned Criss in interviews, never clapped back, never even acknowledged him publicly. The harder Criss tried to tear David down, the more obvious it became that he was...
Hey, look at that Karen cut, too. Back in the day, you were emo royalty if you had a goddamn Karen cut. Right? That was it right there. Look at all the foundation and everything. I mean, it's just come on.
was measuring his own worth against him. Angel wanted the recognition that Blaine had, which is silly because he was wildly successful himself. Mindfreak was a cultural phenomenon. His Las Vegas residencies alone generated over $150 million in tourism revenue in a single year, and his global ventures, from touring shows to merchandise and magic kits, have contributed to a net worth estimated between $50 and $70 million.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Like, he has so much money, he really doesn't even need to do this. Like, this is just like, honestly, just shows you how crazy some people are with ego. I mean, granted, we live in a day and age where ego drives pretty much everything in the country, but still, like, oh my God. Yeah, that is how you deal with the haters. Great way of doing it. Well, see, Cornella, you raise an interesting point. Yes, so actually somehow David's more emo, but real without trying. And, like, if you look at the best emo bands, right? I mean, most of them weren't doing the swoopy hair stuff, right? The ones that were doing the swoopy hair stuff were fine and everything. But, like, I feel like the emo aesthetic versus the emo, truth and reality were two kind of different things a lot of times. Hot Topic would happen at the mall, and then the real emo stuff would be written by the musicians and things like that. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about at this point. All I'm trying to say is David Blaine, like, yeah, you're like, that guy has actual emotions. He's a thinker. You kind of get that vibe, right? Like, you kind of get that vibe.
Clearly, there was plenty of room in the world for two magicians to be wildly successful, but Criss never let it go. They went in their separate directions for over a decade, both having successful TV shows, one where David does tricks like actually inserting a needle all the way through his hand, and one where Criss Angel still pretends to rip people in half. They both continued to have wildly successful Las Vegas live shows, but ultimately, after all this time, Criss Angel just could not get David Blaine out of his head, and recently, Criss would open up for the Criss Angel just...
Guys, bad, the makeup job. Not good here, right? I'm sorry. A little cakey. We're a little caked up, Criss.
Could not get David Blaine out of his head. And recently, Criss would open up for the first time.
Criss is the Russell Brand of magic. Yes. Criss Angel kind of feels like if Russell Brand and Johnny Depp had a baby. And, like, you're just like, I hate this guy.
He came out, did street magic, blew up before I did. Give him all the props in the world. When he was coming up, I was very aggressive because I had a dream, I had a vision in my mind, I wanted to accomplish it. Whatever David is doing, I can do it. And I'll do it side by side with him. I guarantee you that whatever he does, I'll last longer, I'll do it better, I'll do whatever. Because I was committed to give my life to beating him or anyone else. Because I had something so bad that I wanted, and he had it. So he had a big target on his head.
This is the most honest Criss has been with himself in a long time. He admits that he saw David as a competitive target and that he had the status that Criss always wanted. However, he failed to understand that he created an extremely one-sided rivalry, which is why it was extremely awkward when he approached David Blaine backstage in 2023 after never meeting in person for their entire lives.
I saw him and I went to his show and I was like, dude, I just want to wipe the slate clean. I've never met you before, so I just want to say, like, no hard feelings. Like, I apologize for anything that might have offended you or anything like that. I took off. I had a beautiful,
he's like, who are you?
Beautiful ring, 20 G's. I took it off and I said, this is for you. And I said, let's build a friendship and stuff like that. Because I'm talking, this was in like the early 2000s that this went down. And
see, okay, this I think is like a good example. Like, I don't think David Blaine gives a fuck about your 20 grand ring. I don't think giving somebody a 20 grand ring off of your finger is like the sign of respect that you think it is. I think it's kind of like a weird move. It's a little shitty in a way, right? Like, I don't know, man. Criss Angel's fucking weird, dude. He's a weird dude here.
And I gave it to him, and he's like, "Oh, I can't accept this because I'm a minimalist." And then he called his friend over and was like, "Hey, let's put it in a museum. You know, like you could do whatever you want with it. I'm giving it to you." And then the guy comes in. He's like, "Oh, okay, thank you, Chris." I was like, "Well, I gave it to David. If he wants to give it to you, that's his business because it's a gift from me." And then I was like, "Yeah, let's do a picture." And he's like, "Oh, I can't do a picture with just you and me alone." And it's just bizarre, dude. Like, just bizarre behavior.
I don't believe this word for word from this guy for a second.
It's like, dude, grow up.
Criss failing to understand why David wants nothing to do with him.
Criss, we can't do this look. We can't do this look, Criss. It's
is
not for
peak
you.
delusion, and continuing to claim that it was David who was in the wrong is dangerous levels of coping.
Wasn't like we had a fist fight. It's not like we ever even met before. It's not like we ever even had a conversation on the phone. Nothing. It was just some banter in the press because I wanted to succeed. And you know, he's ripped me off with stuff that I've done. You know, like I've been on the What If 24 Hours, then he borrowed that, and then he did it later, which is totally cool. Like, God bless him. Like, it's not a big...
Oh, you know what, Ajax? Ajax just said, I could see Blaine not wanting to be in a pic alone with his impersonating stalker, to be honest. You're 100% right. Actually, that we might be able to take at face value because it is far more sensible for David Blaine to be like, I'm good on a picture from this guy. Right? Like, if you or I went up to David Blaine and were like, can I get a picture? He'd probably be like, yeah, of course. Like, I love people who appreciate my magic. But yeah, the guy who impersonated him and dressed up as him on his television show is probably not the dude he wants to be in a picture with. Incredibly correct about that.
Big deal.
Criss Angel always wanted David Blaine to validate him as an equal or even as a rival, but David never gave him that satisfaction. Not once did Blaine clap back in an interview, never acknowledged him in the press, never even hinted that Criss was on his radar, and that silence spoke louder than anything. To David, there was no rivalry, no competition, nothing to respond to, and since Criss was incredibly successful himself, he had to sit there and justify...
Criss, a lot of these haircuts that you're sporting, and you're allowed to sport whatever haircut you want, but these are straight Karen cuts. Why are you only getting Karen cuts? I don't get it. You could do something else. You don't have to do this.
Why David wanted nothing to do with him. Oh, he must be the weird one. Oh, he is insecure about copying me. Or he is afraid of facing me in a magic duel. He spent years projecting his insecurities onto someone who just didn't care. David simply went about his career, unbothered. Criss thought that once they finally met in real life after over 20 years, he will get the response he wanted. And better yet, he could be seen as the better person for squash.
Wait. Is this not a picture of David Blaine with Criss Angel at the thing? I don't believe you, Criss Angel. I quite frankly don't believe you. All right, you know what? At this point, I'm you know, because I was like, yes, so sensible to not take a picture with a stalker, but it seems like David Blaine is so nice that he even was like, fuck it, I'll take a picture with my stalker here. What is this?
Washing the beef, but instead of finally getting closure, he was met with the same thing he'd always gotten from David Blaine. Nothing. And nothing stings more than realizing your greatest rival never even saw you as one.
Bam. That was a banger right there. Patrick CC is this guy's name. Hit that with a like. Obviously, that was a good banger. Wow. I did not know that the magic beef went so deep, but it would appear that it certainly does.